think it must be a year ago, when I complained, shall we put it mildly, about young sallows, goat sallows, Salix caprea, being cut down. That was just a few hundred yards away from where I'm stood now. And I'm just stood at the side of the favoured tree for purple emperor caterpillars, and the favoured tree obviously for female purple emperors to lay their eggs to produce them caterpillars. And it's a tree that, say, I've featured many times. I'm going to feature it again, or rather I'm going to feature bits of it that have been cut off, and for one particular reason. The side of this track, which is wide enough, any overhanging branch or remotely overhanging branch has been cut, including off this sallow here. Sallow which has provided about 7 purple emperor larvae and eggs in 2025. I'm not moaning about the work being done. It's the careless manner in which the work is done. They know not to touch goat sallows, and none of these branches were in any way dangerous to people or vehicles. But yet, several of the branches have been given the chop, and they're now lying on the floor. And as it is with a sallow not 100 yards from here further down this track, I've now got to go through those branches that have been cut off and thrown into the undergrowth. There may well be a purple emperor caterpillar, even though I've scoured this tree many times over the course of 2025. May still be a caterpillar on one of those branches, one of those that are high up that I couldn't reach. It's just maddening that no matter what you say, nobody listens. And you may well be able to see where some of the branches have been cut. It's the lower ones on the right hand side of the main trunk here. I'll just point some out where they've been cut. There and there and up here and higher up above me and above here. And before I've even started to go through these few branches on the floor here, we have an L3 purple emperor larva. This is what makes you so mad, and why I can't work with these people that manage here. I can't believe it. First branch that just casually looking on, I was going to go over them vigorously, but if I snap that off, there's the branch, one of a number that's just there. And just here is the purple emperor caterpillar. This tree is so important. I imagine that many of those that do study purple emperors would probably regard this tree as the most important one in the forest. I certainly do, because, say, it's produced 700, this might be the 8th caterpillar and egg in this last year. I don't know. I'll have a closer look at this chap then, before it comes home with me. I'll have to keep my hands at the back of this chap, but there he is, or she is, tucked up against the bud. You may be able to make out the silken pad upon which this larva rests, and typically they're always usually about 4 or 5 buds down from the end of the tip. There's the end of the leaf, the shoot, and there is the larva. And this larva, with it being on a branch which has been cut off and discarded on the floor, would have been doomed. It wouldn't have found any food. It wouldn't have had no chance to find any food. Well, it will when it wakes from its slumber in a month or so's time. This is coming home to join the magnificent 12 and make 12 the magnificent 13. I can't believe that there was one on there. But it's not the first time I've done this and found a purple emperor larva on a branch that's been cut off before. Well, thankfully they've not took the whole thing down, so there's not too much to go through. And the best way I can do it is by breaking off what I've checked and putting it at the side of me so I know what has been done. And remembering to check any scars on the branches here. But the reason that one has probably gone by undetected is because it was out of reach. It would have been one of the ones that I would be looking for feeding signs come the spring. And it's not only on or at the side of the buds, it's at joints as well, on the leaf scars and old branch scars. They really are tricky. I'd come up here actually to look for the one that I couldn't find before Christmas or just after Christmas. I was coming for another look and noticed that they'd been around with the hand saws, and then to my dismay I saw that they'd cut off some of these branches. And this is the most perfect, I've mentioned this before and gone on about it, this is probably the most perfect foliage of any of the Salix caprea in the forest. It has almost a young foliage, lighter green. Some of the older Goat Sallows, the leaves can be really dark green, shiny, quite hard and leathery. This one is beautiful. Let's see if I can find any more, if there are any more to be found. Again, shouldn't be doing this. There was me pretending I could see without my glasses. Well, so far, no other larvae. Just a couple of cut branches to go. It wouldn't be so bad if they gave us the opportunity, like they used to check for purple emperor larvae on anything that they were going to cut. So far so good. Just 2 branches to go. The last of the branches is clear, and this is a branch that's been used before. Nick and Samantha Brownlee will recognise one of their old markers, and this is probably from 2 years ago. So just the one rescued, one too many that's needed rescuing. But maybe some of those of you who perhaps doubt my motives for taking these larvae in of this fantastic butterfly and keeping them at home over the winter months and rearing them through to adult and then releasing, here is the prime example of why it's necessary to do it. Can't take the risk. At least this one's safe. Home it is. And safety for this one.